Because if you're experiencing an identity crisis and you feel the urge to shift your identity, it's because your true self is dying to come out to the surface. It's your inner voice that is begging you to be listened, and it's because you're sick and tired of the way you're living, of your results, and of the quality of your life. This is gonna be my year. New year, new me. New year, resolution. This year, I'm gonna change. Few months of 2022 has passed by, and let's be honest, nothing changed. Yeah, you probably tried something, maybe you started a diet, you searched for information on how to start a business, or you even tried to quit a bad habit. You did well for how long? 2 days, 1 week, and then here you are looking for a way to avoid the trap of self-sabotaging and how to shift your identity permanently so you can achieve your goals faster and feel better with yourself. Buckle up, because in this video I'll bring you on a journey where I'll show you what it really means to shift your identity, how to do it, and why you feel the urge to change. Hi there, welcome back to another video. My name is Nadio. I'm a mindset coach and I help creators shift their identity so they can stop self-sabotaging and start living in alignment with more confidence and freedom. In today's video, we talk about identity shift. And I know you're curious to know how to shift your identity. That's why you click on this video. And I promise you that by the end of this video, you'll be very clear about how to shift your identity. But as long as order is heaven first law, I like to keep things in order and explain things about identity shift in a way that it will be so easy that even a child could understand it. And before to understand how to shift your identity, let's understand first what is your identity. Your identity is the sum total of all the stories you have been telling yourself. It's all the experiences that happened to you since the day you were born. It's all the words you have been repeating to yourself, and it's all the habits you have developed till today. In other words, your identity is who you are. And my question then is, how come so many people want to change who they are? How come they want to shift their identity to become someone else? We often hear, be yourself. This is who I am and it's just the way it is. Or again, I was born this way. But think about it. Are these statements real? Were you born the way you are, or have you been conditioned to be this way since the day you were born? Is this really who you are, and it's really just the way it is? Or were you programmed by your environment, habits, experiences, and stories? No wonder why when they say be yourself, you get confused, because you don't know how you really are. Because you grew up in a society that is trying to label you every day. Do this, do that, this is right, this is wrong. You should be a lawyer, you should be an accountant, you should study, you should be this, you should be that, and on and on and on. If you type the words "who am I" on Google, as you can see, you can find more than 25 billion results. Usually people like you trying to find the definition of themselves in there and identify themselves by saying, oh, that's me, or maybe, nah, that's not me. All of these happen because of how we've been taught to think, but the reality is that this way of thinking only brings confusion, or the so-called identity crisis, meaning you are one way, but you would like to be someone else. You know, as human beings, we have been given the beautiful gift of our mental faculties. That's what differentiates us from other living creatures. Mental faculties are imagination, intuition, will, perception, memory, and reason. In substance, they give us the ability to think clearly. Ever wonder why? Take any animal, a polar bear for example. He's born in an environment that is perfect for him. Same applies for tigers, gorillas, zebras, you name it. Human beings, instead, have the ability to choose their own environment. Just because you're born in a country doesn't mean you should fit perfectly in that culture. With your own mental faculties, you have the ability to choose the place you want to live in. A place where your values, your thoughts, your voice, and your principles matter. Because I know that a lot of people don't really feel like they fit in the place they're born. But they grew up in a culture and in that environment, so they think that that is the right way of thinking, that is the right way of behaving, that is the right way of being. Absolutely wrong. Because if you're experiencing an identity crisis and you feel the urge to shift your identity, it's because your true self is dying to come out to the surface. It's your inner voice that is begging you to be listened, and it's because you're sick and tired of the way you're living, of your results, and of the quality of your life. And that's why you are looking for answers. You know you are destined for more, and you know you have a force inside of you that wants to be expressed. And you know that if you'll do that, you'll be free. Because the real question is not who are you, but who are you becoming? The idea of self is simply an illusion. It's created by yourself based on all the stories, habits, and beliefs from the past. You are trying to become someone else, but you're afraid to lose your old self. Harsh truth is that you'll never achieve your goals or create the reality of your dreams if you remain attached to your old self. You're either growing or dying. Stagnation does not exist in the universe. But even knowing that, you still don't do it. Or at least, you haven't been doing that till now. And if you want to discover more about that, I recorded a video where I talk about the knowing doing gap, and you should find it somewhere right here. So now that you know what identity shift means, and now that you know why you feel the urge to shift your identity, how do you actually shift it? The first very important thing is to become aware that you can change. You can truly change. You just didn't know how to do it. Just because you have been labeling yourself or someone labeled you in a certain way, it doesn't mean it has to be like this forever. Or at least, it doesn't define you. Second, start to change the stories you tell to yourself. If you are the way you are today, it's because of the stories you have been telling yourself for years. Start changing those stories and see how your life starts to change too. Remember, don't remain attached to your old paradigms. Those are just a multitude of stories, habits, and beliefs that are keeping you stuck and are not serving the expression of your higher self. If you want to grow, you have to change. There is no other way. It's the same as you wanting to go to the moon by jumping as high as you can. You'll never get there. It's not a rocket science, it's just pure and plain truth. So if you want to reach your goals or feel better with yourself, you have to connect yourself to the vibrations of your goals or the feelings you want to feel. The third step to shift your identity has been a game changer for me, really. I've spent years trying to understand how to shift my identity, but I always ended up going back to my old habits, results, behaviors, and ultimately my old self. But after applying this strategy, everything changed and is still changing. All I did was giving a name and a face to what I call the enemy. Let me explain that. When you find yourself stuck or falling into the same old traps of bad habits, negative thinking, disruptive behaviors, who are you actually fighting? Is it a voice? Is it a person? An animal? Does it even have a face? A sound? How does it look like? You get the point. You are fighting something or someone that you have no idea of how this person, monster, or thing look like. And how can you win a fight if you don't even know who you are fighting? This strategy was mind-blowing for me. All I did was giving a face and a voice to the monster, demon, enemy, call it whatever you want, who was hidden inside me and keeping me stuck. I created a mental picture of what it was once only a voice I couldn't identify, hidden in my subconscious mind. Now it was like switching the lights on in my dark room at night and finding out that the monster was all in my head. But at least now I knew how it looked like and so it became less scary and much easier to deal with it. Last step to shift your identity and change your paradigm is through repetition. There are only two ways to change your paradigms. One is through repetition. The other one is when you experience an emotional impact. It can be a positive or negative impact, but 90% of time is negative. 9/11, for example, was an emotional impact for many people. So once you created the mental picture of your enemy, give him a name, a face, a voice, a sound, whatever. Practice enough to become familiar with it. So when it comes to try to make you fall in old habits or negative thinking, you are prepared and ready to deal with it. Because you know who you are dealing with and no more something or someone you don't know anything about. If you follow this process, I'll promise you, you see changes you never expected, and you slowly start to gain confidence, self-esteem, courage, power, and you start to feel better and attract your goals into your life. Because you're not just wishing and hoping, but you're working with the laws of the universe. And those laws are never wrong. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Don't try to take a shortcut. It won't work. I tried to cheat many times. And even if it looked like I was winning, I was always presented the price to pay at the end. And trust me, sometimes it's a price you really don't want to pay because it hurts. But if you choose to pay your own price and follow the process, I guarantee you'll feel in a way that you only dreamed about. And now that you know exactly what to do, you can't pretend anymore you don't know what to do. Do it for yourself. Do it for someone you love. Do it for whoever you want. But do it now and don't waste even more time. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. And as always, never forget that you are one decision away from a completely different life. Ciao! Hey guys, my name is Nadio. I'm a mindset coach, and my mission is to inspire dreamers like you to shift your identity so you can live your life in alignment with more confidence and freedom. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you like to watch more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button, and if you have any question, feel free to comment in the box down below. For daily content, or if you want to work personally one-on-one with me, feel free to connect with me on Instagram at Nadio08. Guys, thank you for watching, and always remember that you are one decision away from a completely different life. See you in the next video.